drift trikes. They look like a right laugh, don't they? But we've got no hills around here, so gonna make a motorised one. And it won't matter, will it? Okay, we're going to start with the engine. Now, of course, it's a pit bike engine, small, air-cooled, no radiators, quite powerful, and key to this, got an electric start. So, get an axle, all the links will be on my website. We need to mount this as close as we can to the back of the axle. You might want to give a little bit of space in case you want a disc brake on the back. I'm not going to bother, but that's up to you. And then we're going to build a little frame like this. Some bearings, how's it on there? All as tight and as compact as possible, because we don't want this to weigh any more than it needs to. So, make some little plates and some brackets to hold the bearings. Yep. Yep. So I've got two plates. Look, now I've cut little slots out of them so you can slot the axle in from the back, so you don't have to slide the whole thing through, because that'll just be a pain in the future. So I'm going to put these two like that, and have the bearings. Side. Again, all links on the website, and then we need to brace the two together, and then that will slot up behind our engine. That's that bit of chassis done. I've welded this bit out the middle here, that's what the engine's going to mount to, but before we mount the engine we need to mount the axle. Now I've got the axle, mine's already got the sprocket welded onto it because I've kind of already made this already just to test if this whole thing still works, but all that is another front sprocket with all the teeth ground out the middle. Now we need to slot this in here, see why I've got slots now, and then get the bearings. Because our frame is really thin, the actual bearing carriers on the axle are a bit further out. So I've had to make these little shims which go in the bearings to take up the distance, because it's a funny shaped axle and you can't get a bearing to fit it snugly. If you haven't got access to a lathe, then you'll just have to make this part of the frame a little bit wider, but it won't look as good. So we slide these over, get it all centralised, and then we'll get the engine on. Okay, so the engine's sat in position, and we get the chain, wrap it round, get a rough idea of how long it needs to be, and then chop the required amount of links out. So you just pull it forward, tension it up, and then I've bolted a bit of metal on underneath the engine. We're going to spin that round, get up underneath it, weld it on, and it's that simple. Now, stick a mount on the top, and then tidy all the electrics up. That's all the electrics put on. Now the battery is actually off a remote control car, and it's enough to start these things. So that's good, nice and lightweight, nice and compact. Wheels, just go-kart wheels, and there's a link on my website where you can buy the rims, the tyres and the plastic sleeves all from the one place. So let's slap them on! And then for the seat, you get these seats on eBay, only about £14, and we're just going to fix that at the top here. I've just put some little holes. Now for the steering, you just go to the dumpster, get an old BMX, and then just chop it up, and all you need is the down tube and the headset, and obviously the forks and handlebars. And then we're just going to weld that up there, put a little gusset in, and there we are! Starting to come to shape now. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Now the carb just sits on the top of the engine and faces forwards instead of backwards, and the little piece that comes with it will have it kind of offset, and if possible, like I've done, I've cut it and kind of readjusted it. So let's whack that there. See, it's all coming together now. That's these last bits. So the exhaust pipe's just the one that come with the engine, chopped down a bit shorter, heat the bend up, take a little bit of the twist out of it, and then you shove it up here and it faces forward. Now originally this was just like a temporary measure, but it's actually quite a good place to put it. So for the front brake, there's no point running like V brakes or anything where the cable has to come into the side, because it all gets a bit messy and it'll probably catch your feet on it. So cantilevers, drill a little hole just underneath the head race, about 45 degrees. Cable goes through the stem, boom. That is the solution. There we go, looking pretty cool. However, it's very easy to forget the very last thing we need, and that is a petrol tank. So, I've made a tiny little tube thing, and you just strap that to the crossbar. There we are, it's done. Let's just give it a paint job and go drifting! Yes, we're ready to rock. So, click up here to see it in action, and also I've put the very same engine in a mobility scooter. You can see how I did that up here, and I've put a 600cc sports bike engine in a tuk-tuk. You can see that mad creation down here. If you're on a mobile, click in the top right and you'll get a little drop down thing with the cards, and then come on, subscribe people, because this is what we do.